Dolphin, manta ray, shark. How are they misunderstood? Oh, I guess the manta ray one is related to what happened with Steve Irwin, the animal guy. Maybe, or we'll find out.
Can
Dolphins.
recognize their caretakers and show affection. We'll
What
bond with
animal
certain
am I?
individuals and follow them around. We'll often bring someone an object and play tug-of-war. Gentle, inquisitive, and very intelligent. You'd think all this
Gentle.
was from someone describing their dog.
Doggy.
Actually, these quotes are all from people talking about vultures.
Vultures?
Jurassic-sized graveyard griefing
I love
alopecia
vultures.
pigeon actually has the personality of an imprinted puppy. You might not know that, because
They
most
look
times
very
people
cool.
see one, it's either thousands of feet above the earth looking for death, or on the ground feeding off it.
Oh,
Truth
yes.
is, the vulture just might be the most generationally misunderstood bird, and in the spirit of Earth Day,
I like
I'm going to be
vultures.
talking about the top
They're
10
pretty
most
cool.
maligned and honestly reputationally screwed over animals, in my biased opinion. You can't please
Biased
everyone,
opinion,
but I like
uh-huh,
my
uh-huh.
list, so let's get into it. Starting off, it's not hard to see how vultures got done dirty.
Oh, it
It's
looks
pretty
so
hard to earn
cool.
public favor when you dive bowels deep in a bloated buffalo for a living. Then you add the fact that they'll leak liquid nasty all over their legs to stay cool.
They pee on themselves. Of course. I remember hearing about this a long time ago. So they stay cool, huh? How do you stay cool? You pee on yourself. How does that work? I don't know. I guess when it's like starting to evaporate, it's kind of cooling your body. Maybe they don't have sweat. That's why they pee.
Projectile
themselves.
vomit in self-defense.
Ooh,
and
let's
in a
go,
world of pretty
projectile
privilege,
vomit.
vultures have a homely handicap. But anyone who's worked with them will swear by how smart they are. They're arguably the smartest birds that aren't corvids or parrots. And they're part of the
Projectile
exclusive group
vomit.
of animals able to make and use tools, with Egyptian vultures using a rock to have an
Egyptian
ostrich-sized
vulture, huh?
omelet.
Scale
And yeah, get on their good side, and it's like having a lapdog with wings. Apollo was a turkey vulture who apparently caught feelings
Turkey
for her
vulture.
caretaker Dave. They're also smart enough for a vulture vendetta to be a real thing. But what makes
Oh,
them
shit.
underrated is just how
They will
much
remember
worse
you.
our quality of life would be without them. Botulinum toxins is the deadliest natural substance known to man, and
You do that
vultures
too?
eat it like candy.
Projectile vomit?
Vultures can also tank tuberculosis, anthrax, and even the bubonic plague. Folks associate
They
them
can
with
tank
death and
a lot.
disease, but that's
Ooh.
exactly what they help prevent. And if you want to know what happens when you
They
avoid
look so
vultures,
cool. I
look
love
no
them.
further than India. With about a 99% loss, vultures in India suffered one of the worst bird blights in history, mostly thanks to a drug given to cattle that also caused kidney failure in the feathery coffins. And with less of nature's cleanup crew taking care of expired bodies, the number of feral dogs went up, and so did cases of rabies. And if you
Feral
remember my
dogs.
Halloween video, a rise in rabies
Oh.
might be the biggest jihad to the human race. But that's not the only social work vultures offer for free. The turkey vulture's nose is so OP, they've actually been used to help find gas leaks, with engineers putting special chemicals in pipes. And with them being more corpse happy than a necro in a morgue, many places rely on vultures as alarms against poaching activity. Unfortunately, the poachers started to catch on and have
Oh,
been
no.
murking the snitch tweeties by the hundreds,
no.
even the ones that are endangered. Worst part is, they're pretty easy targets because it's hard to hide when you're part-time in the sky, and there's no witness protection for a sewer stork. Pretty easy to victimize
Sewer
when you're
stork.
vulnerable and easy to track, and these are
I like vultures because they look like old men. Look at that. They look like balding old men that are like aristocratic. You know, like Mr. Burns? I don't really like Mr. Burns as a character. I just like the design. He looks exactly like a vulture. And I don't know why I like this design. It's just amazing. It's easy to draw as well. I don't know, I like them. They look nice. They look like very rich old men. More like Mr. Birds. Look at that guy. Very serious.
vultures we're talking about. Nothing about being a vulture's risk-free.
Oh my
That's
God,
why
look
the
at that
condor nearly
face.
got wiped off the census. But in a W for
Condor.
humanity, conservation efforts help bring the big bird back from the brink.
They have
Hopefully
really
people
big
start to
head.
come around to vultures. Anything that chill with capybara can't be that bad. Just too bad you can't say that about number 9.
Aww. Dolphins!
The Grim Reaper
Criminally misunderstood dolphins? Really? But they're mean. Oh my God. Vultures can also eat bones? Yeah. Vultures smell good? I don't know if they would smell good. Maybe. Who knows? I've never smelled a vulture before. I would assume that they kind of smell like dead. Maybe if they're just done eating carcasses, they would probably smell like the dead, but who knows what they smell like.
Vtuber once released a gang of guppies into the Amazon and made it our problem. Or at least that's what you would think from how much the media gets on them. You've probably heard that piranhas can undress a cow down to the bones in minutes, and that skinny dipping in a pool of piranhas is one way to get blacklisted from breathing. Truth is, these fish felons are mostly scavengers, and when you do see one with an expired body, they're usually not the cause, but a symptom. They don't go out of their way to homicide humans. Most attacks involve people either splashing around like prey or getting way too close to a feeding frenzy. But they're basically the bees of water. They don't want smoke, quite the opposite. For all that face, piranhas are naturally timid and scare easy.
They're timid.
So much that you actually have to give them places to hide in an aquarium because of just how neurotic they are.
Oh,
also, they're not
scared.
strictly meat. They'll also eat fruits. They'll eat seeds, leaves.
They're
There's even the type
omnivores?
that eats mostly river reeds. But that wouldn't really make a good movie, now would it? Now, I'm not gonna sit here and act like they're not capable of mass destruction, but their PR team really did them filth. Jeremy Wade sat in a pool of allegedly trigger-happy piranhas and didn't even get touched. And the whole cow story came from a Theodore Roosevelt hunting expedition where he saw it happen. The catch is, the guys wanted to impress the president, because who wouldn't? So they actually netted off a section of the river and starved the fish in it for a week, only to feed them with a cow while Roosevelt
they
was watching.
starved
And just like the
fish,
cow, the
that's
piranha's
why.
reputation never recovered. Sometimes all it takes is one incident to royally screw over an animal. Something next on the list knows all too well.
They starve the fish. I mean, what else are they gonna do if they're presented with a cow? Not eat it? I mean, if you're probably dying on the river and there's piranhas there, they would eat you. But when you're alive, maybe they don't really care about you. Some vultures smell good and smell like rotten corpse and don't smell like rotten corpse. I don't know. We don't have vultures in our country. I've never seen one in person.
Let's just get this out the way. There are some deaths where you never forget where you were the moment you found out. For me, that's Kobe Bryant, Chadwick Boseman, and of course, Khaki Animal Jesus, aka Steve Irwin. And many have had smoke for stingray kind ever since. But before you go wage war on a water waffle, first we gotta talk about just what went down. For one, Steve Irwin got struck directly in the heart, causing massive bleeding. He also never traveled with anti-venom, because anti-venom was anti-Irwin. Wouldn't have mattered anyway, because it wasn't even the venom that did it. Again, it was the bleeding. Stingray venom isn't even all that fatal. And at the time, it was only the second reported stingray-related death in Australia since 1945. It took over an hour for him to get to emergency workers, but again, it probably wouldn't have made a difference. The point is, literally everything that could have possibly went wrong. Like piranhas, stingray.
Huh, hold on. I thought this is the eyes. I really thought that these are the eyes. It looks like they're the nostrils and these are the eyes. Either way, if you look at this face, if you think these are the eyes, it looks like a creepy creature. I mean, it still looks like a creepy creature with the eyes here, but this is more creepy when you just look at this. And this is the whole face. You know? We have vultures. They're in the company workplace. Oh, no.
Went wrong. Like piranhas, stingrays are what a New Yorker might call a scariad that would rather run away than run a fade.
Oh, it's scary.
I went to the Cayman Islands a couple of months ago and visited Stingray City, and as someone religiously terrified of the ocean, I can tell you, the crepe of the coast is in fact chill like that. Pro tip, if you're ever walking around stingrays, do the stingray shuffle. You're just gonna want to drag your feet. Basically, you don't want them to leave the floor in case RNG makes you turn a ray into a welcome mat. Other than that, unless you're a crab or a fish, you really don't have much to worry about. Besides, let's not act like Steve Irwin, the same man that took a love bite from a cobra and said sorry to the snake, isn't somewhere in the afterlife eternally apologizing to the stingray for spooking him. Stingrays have been misunderstood ever since, but we can drop the vendetta. If we know anything about Steve, that's exactly what he would have wanted.
Stingray.
Yeah, I'm really gonna have to explain putting dolphins here. Okay, well I feel like this weird thing happened where we went from Free Willy to finding out dolphins take that title seriously. So much that we ended up overcorrecting.
I'm not testing guidelines today. That dolphin is going in there. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why the dolphins are in the video. Oh my god. That dolphin really likes that lady. Oh no.
So much that we ended up overcorrecting. And I personally and publicly talked endless amounts of shit. Don't get me wrong, the facts I said, I'll say again, and I'll say it with my chest. But me calling them
Why the world
water-wanting
should
thieves or
fear
homicidal hot
dolphins?
dogs or a blowhole bandit, nah, that's actually still crazy. But that's just me anthropomorphizing. I don't actually think they're evil. It's fun to treat them like humans, but they're still just wild animals doing what comes naturally. It's just that what comes naturally often involves them naturally. Actually, I should never mind. Look, with intelligent animals, there's always going to be duality, and I don't even need to say it. I just have to show you these two articles.
Elephants walk 12 hours every year to pay respect to human friend who passed away 7 years ago. Elephant kills woman and return to her funeral to attack her corpse. Holy shit. The duality of elephants. Damn, this elephant has a vendetta. Oh no. Oh no.
But dolphins can be wholesome too. Like the same way parents will baby talk a toddler, mother dolphins actually do with their calves. They'll also sing to their baby before it's even born to teach them to recognize the sound of its mother's voice. We also found out that dolphins in a pod will often go out of their way to make less noise so to not confuse the calf in the oven. And when it's out, being a helicopter parent means mama dolphin won't sleep for up to a month straight. There's also decent evidence that dolphins get excited around pregnant women because they can detect the fetus and understand the implication of new life. And of course, there are stories of dolphins saving people from drowning and sharks. Hey man, I'm not going soft. I'm still gonna get my jokes off whenever I can. I just feel like because they're so smart, people make the mistake of holding them to human standards, which is pretty unfair considering a lot of humans don't even reach those. Dolphins aren't Disney characters or the spawn of Satan. They're just
spawn of
Satan.
Them.
The
duality of
dolphins, you can go ahead and put orcas in that too.
It's kind of based.
The greatest trick squirrels ever pulled was convincing the world they're just whimsical, nut-loving creatures, when they're actually rodent psychopaths profiting off pretty privilege. They'll eat things like baby birds, baby bunnies, and even snakes.
Oh, this is the first time I've seen an evil-looking squirrel. Holy shit. He's so angry. Look at that. Oh my god. I don't have squirrels here, so I don't know what they are like.
Snakes. Red squirrels are also part-time cannibals, with males that'll seek and destroy any pups. Only to get with the mother of the kids they just murked. Let's not forget that time a group of squirrels dismembered a dog for barking too loud. Also, the number of squirrels with manslaughter charges is higher than you think. It's estimated that shoot-happy bushtails cause up to 30,000 fires a year. Not only costing millions in damage, but likely barbecuing human collateral in the process. There was even a time a squirrel damaged the electrical system of a complex with NASDAQ, freezing computers and crippling the market for over an hour.
They killed the babies,
one did the exact same thing 7 years later. Now I know I'm doing the squirrels what I just admitted I've done to dolphins, but in my defense, I have a bias. I once got jumped by a pack of squirrels in Manhattan, and that was one half of a sandwich I never got back. Moral of the story, there's a reason the smartest man in the universe immediately took a knee in the face of the Acorn Mafia.
Aww. Squirrels.
And here you have another case of animal gaslight. Pigs only get the reputation of being dirty because we keep them in filth. In reality, pigs are pretty clean, and when they have a choice, they'll refuse to poop anywhere near where they eat. Pigs are arguably smarter than cats and dogs, and most experts say they're more trainable too. They somewhat passed the mirror test, and some were even taught to play video games. In '98, Lulu the puppy saved her owner from a near-fatal heart attack by rushing out into the road and playing dead until she could get someone's attention and lead them back home. I also feel like we forget how well pigs did without us, and from the Red River hog of the Congo to the pygmy hog of India.
Oh yeah, I guess these ones, they're not nasty. They don't really look that nasty in the wild. Their fur looks kind of clean, only their feet are dirty because they're in the mud, but the body is not that dirty. It's probably the habitat that the pigs are in, that's why they look nasty. It may be understand.
Hog of the Congo, to the pygmy hog of India, to the bearded Borneo pig,
Ooh.
the swine smart enough and adaptable enough to live virtually anywhere.
That's
On a
interesting.
dolphin-type beat, mother pigs will often sing to their piglets while nursing. And speaking of piglets, they can recognize their name at only 2 weeks old. You can argue pigs are everything we value in an animal. They're intelligent, they're affectionate, they're super trainable. Because they were bred for food,
oh my god, he's gonna escape!
Look, I'm not gonna virtue signal. You can give me
he's escaping!
facts on cows, I'll probably still be
oh my god, he did it!
But it's pretty criminal what we did.
He ran away! Oh my god, he did it! He knew what was gonna happen to him. I wonder if they caught him. Oh my god, this pig is on a mission! Oh, I hope this pig actually managed to run away and nobody caught him.
They got big screwed. Look, I'm not
Oh
gonna
my
virtue signal.
god,
You can
that's
give me 101
amazing.
facts on cows, I'll probably still be out here door dashing
Run,
McDonald's.
piggy.
But it's pretty criminal what we did to the pig's PR. Put it this way, this guy would have been by far the smartest character in the barnyard. They deserve way better than what they've gotten, and I'm not saying you have to give up bacon. All I'm gonna say is, according to cannibals, the closest tasting thing to human meat is pork. I'm gonna let y'all meditate on that.
What? There is a certain consistency here. Certainly, the cannibals themselves seem to have generally considered it closer to pork. Indeed, close enough that they were happy to label it as such when selling it to unfortunate members of the public through the meat market and hot dog stands of 1920s Germany and Poland. Oh no. Oh no, I don't want to think about it. Pigs are criminally misunderstood? Bro, they will eat your corpse. I think any meat-eating animals would eat your corpse if you die in the wild. I don't know. You know what they say about cats as well? They're gonna eat you if you die at home. I don't know if that's real. Who knows? There's a saying, dog will forgive you for bad thing you have done. A pig never. Yeah, they will remember.
Rats are number 4, and almost
Rats,
entirely because they got blamed for the bubonic plague when the main carrier of the lice and fleas that caused it was likely humans themselves. My theory is rats are found in cities, and cities are usually dirty, so we often see all rats as dirty. In reality, rats are constantly cleaning themselves. In fact, one of the ways they bond is by grooming each other. It's called allogrooming. Speaking of bonds, rats can often form emotional ones with humans.
Rats.
Anyone who's had a rat will
I don't want to have a
at some
rat
point
though.
they'll try to groom you like you're a giant rat. Rats can
Nah,
also
I don't
provide
want
a
a
public
rat.
service, with many African poached rats actually being trained to sniff out tuberculosis. The same species has been used to sniff out hidden landmines, and not only can they cover the ground in 20 minutes that would take a trained human days, they can obviously walk across the mines without going back to ground zero. Naga, the explosive tech rat, earned a gold medal after sussing out 100 mines in Cambodia and clearing 225,000 square feet of land. He's not the only heroic
smart
rodent.
rat.
There are several stories of rats saving owners from house fires where they easily could have hightailed it. You know, if it wasn't for the bad PR, rats just might be the top pet. Only
That's
bad
a
side
big
of
rat.
them is they have short lifespans and your feelings will get hurt.
Oh, this is also why I don't like rat. I don't like rats or mice. My roommate before, he had 2 mice, and I just it was kind of traumatizing because the 2 mice had babies, and the more days pass by, the less babies there are in the cage. And yeah. Oh, the mice eat the babies. I don't like that part.
You know, the fact that this is the only animal that needed a
Spiders.
trigger warning is enough to put spiders at 3rd. Now, I'm not going to downplay arachnophobia like I didn't used to backpedal to pigeons, but spiders
Oh,
are a
shit,
great example of
spiders.
bark being way worse than their bite. Take the tarantula, they're like the granddaddy of arachnid anxiety, but not only is their venom about as bad as
It's
a bee
walking
sting,
water.
not only are they so fragile they can literally explode if they fall a couple feet. Unlike bees, there's no record of tarantula venom terminating a person. Of course, there's thousands of types of tarantulas, and some are more
no,
of a jihad than
spiders.
others. But then you have the ones that adopt frogs as nannies, with the frog eating all the insects that could grief the spider's eggs, and the frog getting an 8-legged bodyguard.
Wow,
Truth
symbiosis.
is, there's about 50,000 species of spider seasoning the earth, and less than 0.1% of them are a legitimate threat to your life. And that doesn't include the smallest spider in the world, the patou de bois, or
that's
jumping
kinda cute,
spiders,
though.
which are literally small enough to wear water as a hat. And when you add the fact that they basically have paws to help them walk vertical, and that some like the wolf spider can purr, are spiders not
They
just
purr?
offensive insects? Oh my bad, arachnids. According to the CDC, the number of people murked by spiders a year is 7. You're more likely to get
7?
slept by a vindictive vending machine. Okay, you're not impressed. How about this? Spiders eat up to 800 million tons of insects that could otherwise destroy crops. If Thanos had beef with spiders,
still
not
scared
only
of
would there be
spiders.
way less food, it would be stupid expensive.
I mean, I'm not really scared of them. I'm just I wouldn't touch a spider though. It gives me the ooh. It's kind of gives me goosebumps. I'm not really that scared of them, unless there's so many spiders. Holy. Hello, Road Rasta.
You can thank spiders for a 4 for 4, not setting you back for 100. Not to mention all the pesticides we need to stay alive when ironically turned the Earth into a disaster movie. Look, I'm not saying you got a cape for spiders. I know I'm biased. In fact, bias is probably why the next animal's number 2.
I mean,
I love Lion King, but they'll forever.
I mean, spiders eat the smaller insects, and they eat like mosquitoes, so that's good. Not scary, just creepy. That's true. That's true. Hello, lightning sage. Spider eat cockroach. They are my friend. God, I don't like cockroaches. Holy. I see a cockroach. I smack a cockroach. No cockroach allowed.
Catch smoke for convincing an entire generation that hyenas are, well, that. Hyenas got profiled as scavengers when up to 95% of what they eat is something they can get credit for killing. That's like goes
they
crazy
look
because
silly.
the literal Lion King poaches more food from hyenas than hyenas hoe lions.
Oh.
And since a laugh-happy vice trap eats every part of an animal, like land vultures, the world would be a much nastier place without the meerkat on a bulk. Everyone wants to shit on the garbage man until he quits and leaves you with the shit.
That's
but honestly,
true.
it's
That's
the
true.
stupid part that gets me heated. In experiments, spotted hyenas actually perform better in cooperative problem-solving tests than chimpanzees.
Oh.
You know, the chainsaw with thumbs we share 98% of our DNA with. Hyenas
They're
are
very
way smarter than they
cooperative.
get credit for. Take Waffles, for example.
Yeah, that's cute.
Waffles was a lady hyena in a clan, and at the very bottom of it, no less. And in just a year, she went from the dirt under the ladder to the alpha at the very top, and she didn't even have to fight for it. All she needed was the power of friendship. No, I'm serious. Waffles slowly made the right friends, built alliances with other low ranks, earned favor with some of the higher ups, and before the ones at the top could even realize it, the hyena named Waffles had caused what scientists would later refer to as the syrup rising. And you'd think she'd go power hungry when she got the throne, but nah, the opposite. She never switched up on the ones that got her there, and there were even times where she helped feed the cubs of low status moms. Because hyena hierarchy is more about social networking and climbing the corporate ladder than just running fades.
They're very sociable.
See, you wouldn't know that from just watching Lion King, and while some are starting to come around to this giant
they look so cute.
one movie ruined the last animal's rep damn near permanently. There was no way sharks weren't getting the #1 spot, and really, any way you look at it, we did this overgrown grief guppy grimy. How about the fact that the shark's KD ratio is about 10 a year to the 100 million that get murked by people? What about the fact that a coconut to the dome or a bathtub accident is way more likely to flatline you than a shark? There's the fact that we have over 500 species of them, but really only about 4 are seen as legitimately dangerous, so I don't blame you for folding the great whites.
I mean, even if they're not as dangerous, I wouldn't still swim with a group of sharks. I mean, I wouldn't swim in an open water, period, because I'm scared of the ocean, and I cannot swim. The main reason why I will not swim in an open ocean is because I cannot swim. That's actually it.
I don't blame you for folding the great whites, tiger sharks, bull sharks, and the underrated oceanic white tip. But this is a shark, and it's unproblematic to anything that isn't
look at that
plankton.
mouth.
Same thing with the basking,
Looks
aka
like a
Kirby shark, which is really just a giant pacifish. Then you got white tip reef sharks that are not only non-aggressive, they cuddle each other to sleep. And you can't forget the lemon shark being the golden retriever of the sea that'll often form bonds with divers. Blondie was an 8-foot lemon shark that would go up to divers, but the only thing she'd be hunting for is attention and affection. Well, yeah, I'm not exactly a huge fan of this. At the end of the day, I wouldn't want a shark in my living room. You can't be mad when you go into theirs. Because if there's one thing you should take from this video, calling it shark-infested waters is really wild disrespectful. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Make sure you drink water, hug your mother, and maybe give guppies a break. I promise you loan sharks end way more lives. And I'ma see y'all in the next one.
They're cuddling. I can't believe they cuddle when they sleep. Oh, look at them. Oh, he's so cute. That's pretty cute.
Next one.
Cuidado, cuidado.
Oh? What is it?
Ahí va, ahí va.
Oh, it's a vulture. There's a vulture in there.
Sí.
Aww. Oh, they're gonna release him.
Hala, venga. A volar.
He's just sitting there. Oh my
Ahí
god.
se queda.
That's pretty cool. It's a cool video. Spiders, rats, pigs, squirrels, dolphins. Dolphins, I don't know about the dolphins. I don't know if they're kind of cute, I guess, but I don't know. I mean, they look cute, but I cannot get out of my head that they're... Oh, they're crazy, dude. Although this one... this right here is so silly. This elephant has a vendetta. I love it. Stingray, piranha, vultures. I love vultures. I like the way they look. This is the ending song. Ending song. This is the ending song.